Welcome into the CACC Digital Network and the Post University Athletics live stream on YouTube. Game 2 of this doubleheader between Jefferson and Post. Jefferson won Game 1 12-8. We open up Game 2 at 5:05 p.m. First pitch is from Zion Fraser. And the Jefferson lineup looks just about exactly the same. 1-0 pitch. Down and in to Justin Egner for strike one. Well, wondering exactly how close the lineup is to Game 1. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball ends up plunking Egner. He'll reach on a hit by pitch. It is Egner at second. Capers in left. Holub at third. Pivada in right. Coyne at first. Wilson at short. Remenda catching. Goldwill at short. And Tiburcio in center. That's the exact lineup from Game 1. They made no changes. Obviously, the new pitcher is different. Tell you about that when time comes to be. And the first pitch to Capers is a strike. This is just a 7-inning game. Game 1 took 3 hours and 21 minutes. 0-1. Called strike on the outer black, 0-2. Capers in Game 1, 1 for 6. Run scored. 8 of 9 members of this Rams lineup scored in Game 1. A 12-8 win for Jefferson. Pitch home. This is inside, 1-2. One, two. Runner faking on the move. It's popped up. Foul territory. And it is caught by the first baseman in Max DiFrancesco. Here exactly is the outfield and infield. There's a fielding arrangement with one away in the top of the first for Post. Left to right in the outfield. Cohen Diaz Hartman, I should say. In the infield from third to first, as that one is down and away, ball one. Keller, Davey, Dolan, DiFrancesco, who we mentioned. And it's Rymestein, who's catching in the battery mate for Fraser. Rather, that's Rymestein as compared to Rymestein. Double checked. Pitch misses again, ball two. In Game 1, Holub was active, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Run scored, runner on the move to second. Throw in time for the out. Egner is caught stealing. Only the second time all year that he's been caught on the base path stealing. There's 2 away, and a 2-0 count into the top of the first, and that's a strike to Holland. Cracked foul. Another one hit out, this time in foul territory, and again out of play to right. This one hit in fair territory and down to the corner in left. Turning into second with a stand-up double with 2 away in the stop of the first. For Jefferson, Andrew Holland. Now Vincent Favada comes back into the play. Fraser is on this roster. There's a junior. Former Stony Brook Seawolf comes home. Breaking ball finds the outer black for strike 1. Pitch on. Breaking ball. This time finds the inside corner, 0-2. Hit right back to Fraser, who makes the catch, and this side is retired. 2 runners reach. One is caught stealing, and one is left on base after a 2-out double. The bottom of the first we go in Game 2 of this doubleheader. No score between Jefferson and Post on the CACC Digital Network. Back here on the CACC Digital Network. Second game of this doubleheader between Jefferson and Post. Jefferson won 12-8 in Game 1. They also won 8-7 yesterday. And leading off will be the man who led off Game 1, Gil Dolan. Dolan has a new spot in the field, second base. First pitch down and away, ball 1. The lineup for Post looks a little bit different compared to Game 1. A lot of the same faces. 1-0 pitch, fouled back. Dolan is at second. Cohen in left. Hartman in right. Contreras DHing. Diaz center field. DeFrancesco at first. Keller at third. Andrew Reimstein, the new catcher. And Ryan Davey at short. Kevin Baez is the pitcher. Bunt pulled back. from Dolan. Now 2-1 in the count. Another one fouled off. And a 2-2. Off the outside corner. Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball 4. Dolan walks. First pitch, breaking ball, finds the zone there against Hartman. Hartman in game 1, 3 hits, 2 runs scored. He's also a ground out and a flyout. He went 3 for 5. Throw over to first. Back pick is not there. That one cracked out towards left field. Capers at first shielding himself in the sun, and he can't quite get the ball. Waving in around is Dolan. The throw won't even come to the plate. And a misplay double for Joey Cohen gives Post the lead. Cohen getting his 9th RBI of the year. That was smoked off the end of his bat. Two batters into their lineup. It's 1-0. Post leading over Jefferson. First pitch in the dirt ball 1. If you're wondering how the fielding arrangement looks for Jefferson, here is how that one will go. It's Capers, Tiburcio, and Favada left to right in the outfield. 1-0. Outside ball 2. Holub, Goldhill, Egner, Coyne, third to first, and then Gomez, the catcher, working with Kevin Baez, the righty pitcher. In the dirt, ball 3. Baez having some control issues early. Making his 3rd start of the year, 6th overall appearance, 2-2 in ERA over 8. Baez only 5 walks through 16 2/3 innings before this second game of the doubleheader got underway. And he will be in this one with a strike at the bottom of the zone. That double for Cohen, his 4th of the year. (3-1). Now low. That's a walk. So the first 3 hitters in this Post lineup have reached. And the DH in Contreras now comes to the plate. Contreras in game 1. RBI, strikeout, and 2 flyouts. 2 for 5. He was the catcher in game 1, DHing in game 2. The doubleheader here on the CACC Digital Network between Post and Jefferson. Only 7 innings. Bottom of the first here. Still a shiny day as that's inside to Contreras. 1 ball, 1 strike. A bright day here at Municipal Stadium. Shadows are now starting to play a bit of a factor. You saw it with Capers in left. Down and in forces Contreras to lean and stumble backwards. 2-1. Maybe you can get it from a different angle, but you can start to see the shadows peer in. It's mostly in and around home plate where they're noticeable. 2-1. Called on the outside corner, 2-2. So from a first or third base side view, and the shadows, they'll very well be noticeable. Two hit in the air. Over and right. Running over. The ball bounces down on the grass. Throw is in and trickling over into foul territory in left field. Over near the tarp. 1 run in. A second in. Contreras on third. He thought about coming to the plate as the ball trickled away from the pitcher Baez. But it is 3-0 Post. We saw some things in Game 1. Game 2 has continued the wackiness. Cone scores, Hartman scores. Everyone who has come to the plate, this also continues with a mound visit, has reached at least third. What a turn of events. They give Contreras the long single. And then they say E9 for the 2 runs to come. Contreras on third. It's really funny. Contreras was on third and the ball came back towards him and might have had an intrusive thought. So he actually tried to reach for the baseball and pick it up. He was on base, so it's not like he would have been out. Then the ball trickled in between the mound and home plate. First pitch, breaking ball in there, just above the ankles to Diaz for a called strike, 0-1. A 1 in is line foul. 0-2. Worked away. Fouled again by Diaz. Diaz also played in Game 1. He was the 9-hole hitter, and he had a pair of RBIs and a pair of singles, also grounded out a pair of times. Moved up to 5th in the lineup in center field. And that is a called strike 3. Diaz is sent down. First K of the second game, and the first K for Kevin Baez, who's on the mound. And he strikes out Kevin Diaz. Hope that's enough Ks for the time being. Well, this man at the plate, and Max DiFrancesco does not have a K in his name. First pitch, he sees and swings out to center. Caught by Tiburcio. Runner tags, throw is up the line and bouncing in between the mound and third. Sac fly, DiFrancesco. It's a 4 spot in the bottom of the first of Game 2. It is 4-0 Post. That rounds out the first. And we will take a quick break on the CACC Digital Network. continue on in the first with Keller at the plate. My apologies. I misread how many outs we had. I saw that Post head coach Ray Skold had worked his way down near the dugout, and he was talking with the home plate umpire. So I assumed something had happened and that the inning was over, but that was only the second out. It's been a long day. Look at the box score at game 1 to see that. 0-1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. In this inning, only one of the 4 runs earned to Baez. It's 3-1 now to Keller. Hit in the air to center. Tiburcio trotting now, moving up to a jog as he comes in and makes the catch. And now the first inning has come to a close. I count 2 hits, 4 runs, 1 error. Nobody left on base. 4-0 Post after 1 on the CACC Digital Network. To the second we go in game 2 of this doubleheader at Municipal Stadium between Post and Jefferson. Post up 4-0, getting 4 runs in. A few of them courtesy of an error in right field. It's Mason Coyne facing Zion Fraser. First pitch of the inning, misses ball 1. Coyne reached base 3 times, twice on walks, once on an error. Struck out and popped down the infield in the first game. He's up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Cracked into right center field. That drops, base hit. Coyne with a leadoff knock to kickstart this second inning. Colin Wilson, welcome back. He walked at an RBI double. Reached on an error, scored twice. Grounded out and flew out. All in game 1. First pitch, throw over to first. They could have gotten that pickoff attempt, but the tag wasn't ready. And there in time. Jefferson is a lineup, the same lineup in game 1. Went through collectively 5 times, putting up those 12 runs. And Wilson is hit by a pitch. So in this game so far, for just 6 batters that Fraser's faced, he's given up 2 hits, he's hit 2 batters, and he's retired 2 batters. And now it's a mound visit. just joining us here on the CACC Digital Network. Post leading 4-0. They put up 4 runs in the first on 2 hits and a big error. Only one of those 4 runs is credited, and rather 2 of them have been earned now. I'm checking back through scoring to Kevin Baez, the starter for Jefferson. Here's Julio Gomez. Works with runners on first and second. Coyne at second. Wilson at first. Second game for Gomez to catch all of game 1. He cranks that one foul. Might be a little sore tomorrow, Gomez, to say the least. 16 innings behind the plate. He scored twice, 0 for 3. Reached on a walk and a hit by pitch in game 1. Frazier looks to second, comes home. Breaking ball misses downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Gomez last year, very common player in this Rams lineup. 48 games, 41 starts. 2-1. He misses and yanks it foul, rather. 2-2. Hit .206, 2 home runs, drove in 23 RBI. Walked more than he struck out, 30 walks and just 27 strikeouts. Technically, he had 43 total free passes. He was hit by a pitch 13 times, fouled off. As for someone who's listed on the roster in Julio Gomez as a catcher, he had 10 steals last year. He's got some wheels for a backstop. 2-2. Sliced out to right. That'll drop. Base hit. Coyne waved around. Throw is held off. Coyne scores. Wilson first to third. RBI single. Julio Gomez. 4-1 here in the top of the second as Jefferson gets their first run of game 2. Some nice opposite field hitting by Julio Gomez. Puts a tying run to the plate in Alexi Goldhill. Now time is called. Explaining the pitch clock to the pitcher Frazier. Did not register in any Frazier for now. The first pitch is fouled off by Goldhill. It's from the IMG Academy. Over to first. Pickoff attempt not in time. Breaking ball. Goldhill, a former Bladed Bryant, also JUCO Bandit, spent some time at, this is D2, so post is. One at Bryant as he hooks this one for Palm Beach State in 2023, which is D2. Oakland in 2022 for game 1. Goldhill, ball 2 strikes. That's a freshman, mind you. James, logged as a freshman, foul back. As he struck out 8. And his lone save later on against Northern Illinois. He threw 3 innings of a 7-inning game, the latter 3, and he got his lone save of the year. Now he up the middle and into center field, a base hit. That scores 1. Wilson scores. Gomez up to second. Center fielder Diaz lost his cap, and Gomez didn't know if he was going to go up to third or not. He stays put at 2. That's the second run of this frame for Jefferson. And at the top of the second, they've cut the lead in half, 4-2. All 4 men to face Fraser have reached in this second inning. Bunt showed, pulled back, called strike. Goins singled. Wilson hit by a pitch. Then Gomez and Goldhill both singled. And now number 2, and Jordan Tiburcio for Jefferson is up to the plate here in the second. Showing bunt for the second time. He puts it down right in front of the mound. Fraser fires a throw to first, and that is in time for the out. Runners move up to second and third. A pseudo sacrifice. That puts 2 men in scoring position for the top of the lineup, setting the table nicely for Justin Egner. Now, as did Tiburcio, I should say, serves technically as the go-ahead run. Only 1 away. First pitch, blowing away. Lovely stop by the freshman Reimstein. Ball 1. He laid out for that one in the lefty batter's box, and if that had gone past him, that could have been, at the minimum, a run into score. 1-0. Yanked to left and past the diving shortstop's glove. Base hit to left field. They'll get 1 run out of there. Held up at third is Goldhill. Gomez scores. And with runners on the corners, it's a 1-run game here in just the second inning. RBI knock for Justin Egner. Throw over to second and into center field. That'll tie the game. Throw goes to third. It's not in time. And the process as well. Egner goes up to third. Brand new ball game. Top of the second, 4-4. Stolen base for Egner. Moves up on the error, and then in the process, it is Goldhill who scores. Down and in, ball 1. Capers, the 7th man. Time is called, so that ball had trickled away from Reimstein. Will not be playable as it's Capers who got hit by a pitch. Runners on the corners for Holub. Holub double to left back in the first. It's his 7th plate appearance. Pitch home. Runner on the move to second. That throw is not going into center. Luckily, Dolan just went over to catch it. Capers swipes second. Second and third. Just 1 out. Tie game, 4-4. Top second. Pitch home. Grounded foul. Up the line at third. is a righty warming up in the bullpen for Post. Looks to be Eddie Torres. As Frazier misses the zone there. Double headers with roster management, always something for teams and managers to look into. 2-1 is a called strike, 2-2. Bruce Gold, as was putting the lineup card together, was mentioning he was checking to make sure injuries were all set. 2-2 pitch popped in the air. Right side, foul territory, and out of play. Especially now, a month for the most part into the season. That durability is starting to get tested for any and every player, no matter how many times that they get in-game action or from general practice over the course of the year. So with the doubleheader as well, you're dealing with guys who are nagging with injuries, who might even be off the question altogether. So that's another foul ball, I should say. The case for Post, with the look recently on the mound, it's a lot of guys who are just in their debut season here collegiately at the D2 level. Pitch home. Lovely stop by Reimstein. That was in the dirt, and he somehow came up with that. Full count, 3-2. Frazier, Deignan, and Connolly. Last three pitchers for Post, they're all freshmen. And that's in the dirt. The check swing, they say that Holub went around, and then it is a strikeout. Holub didn't know it, I didn't know it, and the next thing you knew, ball was collected, tag was applied. First strikeout. Drop third strike, just stays with the catcher. No throw needed to first. Here's Vincent Favada. Ninth batter to hit in this inning. Swings and misses as he was going for the fences. Strike one. Favada lined out to the pitcher in Frazier to end the first. Now he's back up in the second. Second and third, 0-1. Breaking ball drops in there for strike two. So now 4 runs in on 4 hits. You do have an error as well to factor in. 0-2. Fouled off. And the 4 runs, 3 of them are earned for Frazier. Oh, 2. Breaking ball must have broken in high. 1-2. Egner at third. Capers at second. Pitch home. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Another throw needed to first. Throw is there. Drop third strike. 2 times to end this top of the second, but not before 4 runs come in. 3 of them earned. All on 4 hits with an error and 2 left on in scoring position. 1.5, 4-4 of game 2 between Jefferson and Post on the CACC Digital Network. Tie game, bottom two, game two, doubleheader, Municipal Stadium. Post Jefferson, 4-4. Andrew Reimstein to the plate. Reimstein, I should say. First I had Reimstein, then I had Reimstein. Now it's Reimstein. Reimstein swings the first pitch. Chops it through the left side. That's a base hit for the freshman. Third hit of the game for Post. And Ryan Davey comes to the plate. He's played now in both games of this doubleheader. It was a defensive replacement in game one after that 3-run error over at second base. Now he's at shortstop in game two. Pitch in. Taken for a ball. One out. Taken for a strike. 1-1. I think Davey wanted that pitch. He took a massive swing. Later calls time. 1-1. Swings and pops this one up right side. Towing and into foul territory. Lovely basket catch. Made by Baez with his palms up to the bright blue sky. First out is there on a pop out to the pitcher. Lineup turns over for Gil Dolan. Walked and scored in the first. First of 4 runs to cross in the first inning for Post. Pitch in. Up and away, ball 1. The 1-0. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Mentioned Dolan over at second now. Pick off the throw to first. Not in time. He moves over from being in left. Dolan technically an infielder on the roster, so he can play at both spots. He bounces one on a bunt directly back and foul. Especially with his play in both the outfield and the infield. If a fly ball goes high in the air, 1-2 is missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rich Gold can count on Dolan being the one who's there to make the catch. Two-two. Breaking ball. Little jam shot to short. It's caught by the shortstop Goldhill. He makes the catch for the second out. Joey Cohen, who had the RBI double in the first, steps back in. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. As for Cohen, he moves from center to left in the field. Check swing, it's called regardless, 0-2. Throw over to first, not in time. Center to left, especially now at this field at this time. Complete different way. You're looking at the sun. Left, you're seeing it directly on. 0-2. Fouls it back. 0-2 still. Shadows creeping in over the infield. Pointing out to the light pole in left. Not quite left near the scoreboard in the 382 side. Pitch in, grounded to short. On the backhand, Goldtail throw to first in time. That gets Cohen. After a leadoff base hit, that runner stranded. We're through now in this one, 2 innings. Tie game 4-4. Jefferson in post, game 2 of the doubleheader. This is the CACC Digital Network. Back here for the third inning at Municipal Stadium. Game 2 of this doubleheader between Post and Jefferson. Tie game 4-4. Jefferson batted around in the second. First pitch swinging with a base hit in the third. Man who started off the second inning in Mason Coyne. Coyne's got 2 singles and 2 at-bats. It looks like that is Ray Skoll coming out now for a mound visit and what looks like a pitching change after a knock given up to open the third by Zion Fraser. That will be all for Fraser. We'll tell you about the new arm for Post when we come back. Still tied 4-4, top 3 on the CACC Digital Network. Back here on the CACC Digital Network, pitching change for Post, tie game 4-all in the top of the third. It is Eddie Torres making his 8th appearance of the season. No record, ERA a little under 7. Count, 7 batters each. Giving up 16 hits. Torres continuing recent number of freshmen that have come into the game for Post, dating back to the end of game 1 of this doubleation. They won 2 of 3 games this weekend. Current pitcher in Torres getting some final warm-up tosses in. He pitched 4 days ago. First game of the twin bill in Pomona against Dominican. Gave up 2 earned runs, walked 1, gave up 5 hits, over 3 innings. And there is one thing that this team needs right now for Post, and for both sides really. It's innings from their pitchers. First man he'll face is Colin Wilson. Wilson, hit by a pitch later, scored in the second. That 4-run second, taken for a ball. Down and in. Go over to first. Possibly the closest pickoff play of the day. Still safe. Pitch to Wilson. In the dirt. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Taken for a strike right on the outer black. 2-1. Top 3. 4-4. Pick-off attempt to first. Forces DeFrancesco to hop off the bat. The 2-1. Down and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wilson singled, moved from first to third on the RBI knock from Gomez. And then Goldhill's single to center was the one who brought him in. 3-1. Cracked out to left. Through the 6 hole. Base hit. This team continues to hit. They are now up to 7. There are 10 hits in this game between both sides. Already 8 total runs, 2 total errors. It is first and second for Julio Fermetta Gomez. RBI single to right, which he got a hit from inside to him. He shows bunt, pulls back, swings for the fences, and comes up empty. Strike 1. The 0-1 in. This time not showing bunt. Stopped by Rhymes. Same simple setup as Rammstein, the metal band from Germany. That was the last name. Rammstein. I'll just say that. 1-1. Called on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. Torres still looking for the first out in this 3rd inning. Frazier's line is not completely final. Responsible for the runner at second. Hit out to left. Running over Cohen. That one will drop. That run comes in to score. Second, and rather first to third goes Wilson. But it's Gomez with an RBI double. 5 for Jefferson. 5 straight runs for the Rams. Eight hits for the Rams in Game 2. They had 10 in Game 1. First pitch. And it ends up hitting Gold Hill at all of the bases. Now the bases are loaded for Jordan Tiburcio, who had a sac bunt his first time up in the second. In that inning, that was when these Rams batted around, put up 4 runs on 4 hits. Now we can technically, at least I believe, give you the final line for Frazier. Pitch to him, a strike, 0-1. Frazier through 2 innings gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 strikeouts. 0-1. Back pick to first. No tag applied. That went up and in as well. I believe that's, yep, it's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Already by my count, nearly an hour of game played in this second game. In the attic again, 3 balls, 1 strike. Can't do anything. A walk brings in a run. Got to attack. That's a called strike. He attacked. Full count, 3-2. He's right there around the mid-shin height, near the inside corner. Now the pitch clock resets. Batter has to return back into the box, checking the home plate umpire. Three-two, swing and a miss. Tiburcio strikes out with the bases loaded. Third strikeout for a post pitcher in this second game, and that's a massive first out. Double play now in effect. Justin Egner to the box. Egner hit by a pitch and caught stealing. He's singled as well. First pitch taken down and away. Ball 1. That one finds the outer black again, 1-1. Egner making his 9th plate appearance today. Breaking ball is up and in, 2-1. Consistently been the leadoff hitter for both games of this doubleheader. The second game only 7 innings, 2-1 to him. Misses high and tight, 3-1. Love to maybe talk with some of these guys after, especially for Jefferson, because of how many plate appearances they had. He swung out way in front of that breaking ball. He calls time. Walks near all the way, and now we'll go to meet with his coach. I thought he was walking back to the dugout, and that's because he is talking things over with his coach. It was Tiburcio who struck out swinging for the first out. Egner trying not to match the number 9 hitter. Runners over with the bases loaded. Take in for strike 3. He says that's not strike 3 in my opinion. But now that is back-to-back strikeouts. Bases remain loaded for Tristan Capers. For Trip Capers, rather. Wrote down Tristan for some reason, but it is Trip. First pitch down and away, forcing the catcher Reinstein to take a dive. Ball 1. Wilson at third. Gomez second. Goldhill first. Called strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. Caper is also making his 9th plate appearance of the day. Called strike on the outer corner. 1-2. Lovely breaking ball. Torres at time has been floating him in. One-two pitch. Nearly to the backstop. Again, Reimstein. He's been making some good saves and some good saves at the backstop. He's twisting his glove with his heel of his hand up to the ceiling. Keeping that in front for the block. 2-2. Grounded towards third. Weird hop. And it trickles down in the foul territory. One run is in. 2 runs are in. Nobody's there to cover third. In the process, no one at second. So Capers takes second base. We are watching baseball. It's 7 for Jefferson. Seven for Rams, top 3. Here's Holub. Holub swings and fouls the first pitch off. Second and third. 2 outs. Pitch home. Hit out towards right center field. Hartman makes the catch. Side is retired. 3 runs come in on 4 hits. 2 left in scoring position. Through 2.5, Jefferson 7, post 4, game 2 of this doubleheader. This is the CACC Digital Network. Bottom 3 in the 7th-inning contest, game 2 of the doubleheader. Jefferson in post. Jefferson 7, post 4. It's the heart of the order for the Eagles due up. Hartman, Contreras, Diaz. They're facing Baez for the second time. First pitch breaking ball outside. Slipped out of the hand of Baez. Ball 1. The 1-0. Taken for a strike on the outer black. 1-1. Hartman as well as that curveball finds the corner, back door, 1-2. He was the DH in game 1, moves to right field for game 2. top three guys in the lineup, all slotted in the same spots, but with different spots in the field. He yanks this one over to second. Gobbled up and thrown to first. Egner to coin, 4-3. Nearly got out of the hands of Egner, but he played it back into his grip. And it's Contreras now coming to the plate. First pitch off the outside corner for a ball. Contreras singled to right, later scored. Back in that second. Hit high in the air, right side, foul territory, and out of play. Or rather, it wasn't the first for Post that put up 4 runs. Post put up 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Jefferson scored 7 runs since. 4 in their half of the second, and then 3 in the top of this third. They've come in bunches for runs, to say the least, all throughout the day. 1-1. In the dirt, outside, 2 balls and a strike. There have been 5 innings where either of these teams have put up multiple runs in an inning. Hit out to center field, dropping in front of Tiburcio. Contreras with a base knock. Here is Kevin Diaz. He moved up in the lineup again, we mentioned earlier, from 9th to 5th. Moves from right to center in the outfield. First toss. In the dirt. Ball 1. The shadows now completely covering first base. Starting to creep their way towards the hill. 1-0. Called strike on the corner, just above the shins, 1-1. The 1-1. Yank to third. Throw to second for 1. Relay to first. Won't be in time for 2. 5-4, fielder's choice. Gets the second out of this bottom of the third inning. Remember, this game only 7 innings. Here is the first baseman, Max DiFrancesco. He's still at first. He was at first in the first game of the day as well, in the dirt, ball 1. Sack fly in the first. Runner on the move. Pitch is thrown to second. No, not nearly in time. Diaz with a steal. Fifth steal and 7 tries on the year for Kevin Diaz. Now in scoring position. Baez on the mound, comes home. Popped in the air, right side. Out of play. looking over at third. It looks to be Diaz now checking things over. The trainer. Something on his hand. It looks like he's wiping it off. Whatever it was when he slid in, he might have cut his hand up for a second or two. If you're just joining us here on the CACC Digital Network, bottom of the third. Jefferson 7, Post 4. Long day of baseball. Already near 75 minutes in this game. Game 1 took 200, divvying things up normally for just going by hours. Look over to first. Rather, the umpire just makes a quick word or two. Count a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away to DiFrancesco. Diaz after the steal on second base and taking a lengthy lead off it. Pitch home. Sliced to second. Caught by Agner. A hit and a runner left in scoring position. We're through 3. Jefferson 7. And Post 4. The 4th we go here on the CACC Digital Network. We've been here so long in Municipal Stadium for this doubleheader that the moon is now up in the blue sky. We're in the 4th inning. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Only 7 between Post and Jefferson. Jefferson leads Post 7-4. They won Game 1 12-8. That's today. They also won 8-7 yesterday. Very high-scoring Division II baseball right here. Pitch home. Down and away to Vincent Favada for ball 1. Favada was the one man who didn't come to the plate whatsoever in the 3rd. The other 8 all did. 1-0. Fouled off, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Pitch in from the righty Torres. Gets a swing and a miss. 1-2. 1-2. Check swing, appeal to first, and they say the batter held. Didn't break the plane. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Torres strikes out Favada. Third strikeout for Favada. He's done so across his last 5 hitters faced. Mason Coyne. 2 for 2. 2 singles. Swing and a miss. 0-1. We'll say Coyne's bat looks wooden. Obviously isn't. You heard that sound. 0-2, but it looks like it is wood. It's got a dark barrel. But then the top of the bat, it kind of gives it away. How polished it is. 0-2. The sound of that is it clanks foul out of play. First base side. That is one thing when it comes to college ball, especially with summer leagues, which makes things so interesting, especially in leagues like the Cape Cod League and the NECBL, where it's wooden bat. 0-2. That's up top. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or you have these hitters coming in, and sometimes they have to adjust to using the wood bat as compared to using the aluminum bats that they've become accustomed to over the years. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Look at Eddie Torres strutting his way off the mound with another strikeout. He's got 4 strikeouts today. That's now the most he's had in a game for his collegiate career. Colin Wilson. Hit by pitch. Single. 2-run score. Jefferson 7. Post 4. Torres the pitch. Fouled off. 0-1. We can reset that pitch clock with a fresh 20. The 0-1. In the dirt. This one gets past Reimstein, but no one's on the base paths to take advantage. 1 ball, 1 strike. So you look at the last 6 batters faced. For Torres, he's retired 5 of them. The other one was a single that bounced past the third baseman. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2. Besides that, 4 strikeouts and then a fly out to right. Fly out to right, end of the third. This one in the dirt. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch home. Fouled off. Shadows now covering the mound. Pitch home. Crack to right. Foul. And also is the outfield when it comes to the Shadows. Normally it was just the light poles. Now it's all of right field. Center field. Diaz still in the sun. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Wilson's working in a bat. That's why he's the DH. You can argue that the only person that's fully in the sun right now, Cohen and left. Off the outer edge. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. Fouled away. Lovely at bat being worked by Colin Wilson. Day where he has already come to the plate 7 times. Full count pitch. Counting correctly, a 10-pitch at bat. 5 foul balls before that walk. Julio Fermetta Gomez. Torres looking to get out of this 4th. Pitch home. Down and away, ball 1. Look over to first. And the pitch home. Down and away again, ball 2. And they call a balk, so the runner moves up to second. First balk we've seen today. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Didn't count the pitch. The 1-0 again. High and away. Ball 2. The 2-0. Drops in there for a strike. 2-1. Two one. Hit in the air, right side. Looking up. Dolan makes the catch. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, a balk, and a man left on. Halfway through the 7-inning contest, Jefferson leads Post 7-4 on the CACC Digital Network. Welcome back here on the CACC Digital Network. Bottom of the 4th of a 7-inning game. Jefferson leads Post 7-4. This is the second game of a doubleheader, and now there are no players on the field that are in the sun, and the lights have come on here at Municipal Stadium. Keller at the plate. First pitch to him, takes down and in, ball one. Keller flew up to center in game one. Scored twice, singled, got an RBI on a sac fly in game one. Should say he flew out to center in inning number one. He's now ahead in the count, though, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Grounded to third. Called foul. It was out of the glove of Holub at third. That benefits the Rams of Thomas Jefferson University. And now the pitcher Baez asks for a new baseball. The 2-1. That's high. 3 balls and a strike, and time is called because some dirt might have gotten in Keller's eye. Now he's back. We could reset. Three-one. Fouled off. 3-2. Down and away. Keller walks. Here's Reinstein, single to left, his lone at bat of the afternoon. He's the one new man in this lineup. For game 2 for Post, who trails by 3, bottom 4. First pitch, taken for a strike. 0-1. Next offering. Slider high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next one home. This is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Not in time. Reinstein down to a knee on that last swing. Throw to first. This time stepping back on the bag is Keller. There is an arm up in the bullpen. J.J. Roberts, another freshman for Post. Swing and a miss, up and in with the cheese. Reinstein strikes out. Second strikeout for Baez. Here's Ryan Davis. First toss, misses, upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0. Foul back. Over to the fencing, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lovely variance in ballparks where some have their fencing behind home plate, others do the netting. Netting, obviously, when it comes to Pro ball, the standard now. Another one fouled back to the fencing. Yes, fencing. Because here there are fences at Municipal Stadium. And also, in recent years, how far the netting has been extended down the lines. 1-2. Hit out to center. Starting back, now coming in. Tiburcio makes the catch. Second out recorded in this home half of the fourth. Here's Gil Dolan. Dolan walk, a run scored, and a pop out in the infield. 2 away, runner on first in the form of Keller. First pitch swinging. Dolan behind 0-1. Runner moving. Pickoff now. Throw to second. He's toast. Keller picked off on the base path. He tried to run, and Baez was able to turn around and throw to second in time for the third out. Through 4. Jefferson leads post 7-4. It's a 7-inning game. Game 2, a doubleheader between the Rams and the Eagles on the CACC Digital Network. You're watching the CACC Digital Network for some Division II baseball. Second game of this doubleheader, Jefferson and Post. Jefferson up 7-4. Post, they go deeper into their bullpen. They bring up another freshman pitcher out of their pen. J.J. Roberts replaces Eddie Torres. Torres' final line is as follows. He did pretty well, all things considered. Gave up just 2 earned runs on 3 hits with a walk. Struck out 4 over 2 innings through 53 pitches. 31 of them were strikes. Roberts, another member of the freshman class, works with the freshman backstop in Andrew Reinstein. They'll face Alexi Goldhill, Jaden Tiburcio, and Justin Egner at the minimum 8-9-1 here for the visiting 5th. Pitch home. Swing and a miss. 0-1. On the season for Roberts, entering today. Now makes his team-leading 10th appearance. 0-1 in the ERA under 7. 10 strikeouts over 14 2/3. Ground ball to short, making the play and throwing to first in time. That right there is Ryan Davey. Davey to DeFrancesco. 1 down in this 5th. Jordan Tiburcio, sack bunt and a strikeout swing. Jefferson 7, post 4, showing bunt. It went out over the fencing. Field in the shade now. Lights will play a bigger and bigger effect as time goes on. When exactly is sunset happening, you might ask? In a half hour. Fouled off again, 0-2. We're already an hour and 35 minutes into this game. Will there be another 30? So we can talk about the sunset when it comes. Pitch home, in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diversio at the plate. Pitch to him. And it hits him. Number 9 hitter reaches. And number 9 for Jefferson, Justin Egner, steps back into the box. Jefferson 7, post 4, top 5, 1 away, runner on first. First pitch, down and away, ball 1. One up. In the dirt, ball 2. Also, the temperature starting to decrease as the sun is starting to go beyond the horizon. Duo. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Right now, 46 degrees in Waterbury. Wind gusts are up to 20 miles per hour, making it feel a little under 40 degrees. 2-1. Breaks high, 3-1. Ball 4. After the leadoff man grounded out, hit by a pitch and a walk, make it first and second for Trip Cooper. Trip Capers, I should say. Time called. There was another balk, so it's second and third. Umpires readjust to third in the middle infield. Capers now in a big spot. Pitch home to him. He cracks one to left. That one will drop, and both runs will score. Diversio followed by Egner. Big turn at second for Capers, who will simply be in there with a stand-up double. 9 for Jefferson here in the 5th. For all the hits that we've seen today, for all the runs that have scored, I believe that is the first technical hit that has brought in multiple runs. He's on the move for third. Pitch is taken. Throw to third, not in time. Capers swipes third base. Second steal of this game. And second of the doubleheader as well for Capers. He's smiling right now. He's happy with himself these last few pitches. 0-1. Line to right. That's a base hit. Capers can moonwalk to home if he wants to. Simply steps on it with his right foot. And Holub with an RBI single to improve this lead to now 10-4. First pitch off the outer, called strike on the outer edge, rather. 0-1. Bovada, 2 strikeouts, 1 on the drop, 3rd strike. He's also lined out to the pitcher, which was then the starter, Zion Frazier. 1-0. Grounder to short. Flip to second for 1. Relay to first. In time for 2. 6-4-3 twin killing to get out of the top of the 5th. So 3 runs come in on 2 hits. No runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning game. Jefferson 10, Post 4 on the CACC Digital Network. Bottom 5, Municipal Stadium. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Only 7 innings in this second game, and it seems that these teams are racing the sunset. Jefferson 10, Post 4. Baez out there for the 5th. He faces Gil Dolan again. First pitch, Dolan takes down in the way, ball 1. Dolan was up to the plate. The end of the bottom of the 4th, Keller was picked off, trying to swipe second base. Final out of the frame. 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Top 3 for Post for the 3rd time in the second game. Dolan, Cohen, and Hartman. 2-0. Low and away, ball 3. Dolan hasn't even had to lift that aluminum bat off his shoulders. And he won't have to in this one. Works the 4-pitch walk. Joey Cohen to the plate. RBI double. And a ground out to short. 10-4 Jefferson. Bunt shown, pulled back. That's high and inside, ball 1. These teams have combined for 14 runs on 15 hits with 2 errors in this game. The 1-0. Bunt shown again, pulled back, ball 2. No. Game 1 of this doubleheader, there were 20 runs on 23 hits with 7 errors. Let's count up how many there have actually been in this series. 2-0 again, pulled back, ball 3. As of now, 49 runs. On, I believe, 56 hits. 3-0. Called strike at the bottom of the plate. He's 55 hits and 13 errors. 3-1. Fly ball, right field. Zavala having to run over, and that one drops foul. Throw over to first, not in time. Full count pitch, runner on the move, swing and a miss, throw to second. They won't get the strike him out, throw him out, double play as no one swipes second base. Andrew Hartman walking the ground out to second. I'm still checking about whether or not any more baseballs were needed. Here's Hartman. First pitch. Breaking ball. Breaks in there for a strike. He looks to second. 0-1. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hartman has reached base 4 times. Yes, 4 times throughout this doubleheader. He's had a solid day. 1-1, and rather a step-off throw over to second. Nolan tried to actually catch the ball with his bare hand. Didn't do so. Jefferson, 10. Post 4. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. 1-2. And Hart steps back in. 1-2. Lined out towards left. Diving play in. Caught by Justin Capers. And rather, that's not Capers, that's Salisbury in left. Was looking for a quick second, and did happen. That was Salisbury. So Salisbury replaces Favada. First pitch swinging, grounder to short, throw to first in time. The off base runner is left stranded. We're through 5, 10-4 Jefferson on the CACC Digital Network. sixth inning of the seventh inning, game 2 of the doubleheader is about to get underway. We do have confirmation that it was Salisbury in left field who made the catch. Capers moved over to right. And here is Mason Coyne. First pitch. Cracked out to left, foul. Never went over the field dimensions here at Municipal Stadium. Now's a good time to do so. 349 down the left field line, 382 to left center where the scoreboard is. 400 to straightaway center, 382 to right center. On the right field line, it's a tad shorter. Only 338. Catcher, pitcher. You're just joining us here on the CACC Digital Network. Jefferson 10, Post 4, Game 1. Jefferson won 8-7 yesterday in Philadelphia when they were the hosts. They're looking for the weekend sweep against Post. 0-1. And that hits it. And they're saying it hit off the bat. And they played in play. But now the out is on the field. As Coyne was hit on the fingers, he's not too pleased. And he was waving around. Trainer is out to talk and check on him. Coyne only a freshman. He's played in both games of this doubleheader. He is not looking too good right now. His body language is not there. Jordan Tibercio rather just comes in to pick the ball, and runner is awarded first. They're saying that it hit the hand and then the bat. Umpires are conversing to make sure everything is okay. Looks like Coyne for the time being, and he will make his way over to first. Looks like it's Braden Ryder, who will be a pinch runner. The precaution after that hit, especially if it's among the fingers. And yes, the home plate umpire just waved up to us and said there is a pinch runner. Colin Wilson, after the hit by pitch and somewhat injury delay, comes back in. Jefferson 10, post 4, top 6. Runner at first. First pitch swinging through the left side. Ryder moves up, and Wilson singles again. Julio Gomez works with runners at first and second. Still no outs in the top of the 6th. 10-4. Jefferson over post. Pitch in the dirt. Lovely stop by Reinstein. Ball 1. Looks to be Harvey Valera up in the bullpen for post. Saw him throw a pitch. Steps off, throws towards second. Second was nowhere near the bat. One-0. Line to left, base hit. Out of the reach of the third baseman, Keller. Runner will come in to score. First and second after the RBI single by Julio Gomez. 11 for Rams. Third RBI hit of this game for Gomez. Second RBI single. An RBI double back in the third. Here's Alexi Goldhill. First pitch to him. In the dirt. It's quite a long day. Sixth inning, I should say, of a 7-inning contest inside, and that nearly ends up hitting Goldhill. He maneuvers out of the way. Ball 2. It's Andrew Hardin up pitching now in the bullpen for post. 2-0. Called strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Up high, bases loaded. Here comes Ray Skold. Looks like a pitching change is in the works. After all 4 runners so far have reached in this 6th. And it will be indeed a pitching change. I'll tell you more about Andrew Hardin when we take a quick break and come back from that break on the CACC Digital Network. Welcome back here on the CACC Digital Network. Top of the sixth inning, bases loaded in this 7-inning Game 2 of the doubleheader between Jefferson and Post. Jefferson leads 11-4. And Andrew Harton is the new arm for the hosting Post Eagles. 6'4", 220 pounds, right-hander out of Griswold, Connecticut. Harden, the closer, all 5 saves recorded for his Eagles team, but he is a freshman, and alongside all the other 3 pitchers, he comes in to pitch down and away, ball 1. It was a first pitch breaker to Jordan Tiburcio. Hit in the air, left center field. Diaz makes the catch. Throws that to the dirt, not the cutoff man, and ends up finding one. Sac fly for Tiburcio. 12-4 Jefferson. Justin Eckner. Down in the way, ball 1. Look back to second twice. 1-0 in the dirt. Lovely stop again. To be a catcher. He is shown time and time again in this game. He's kept in front practically all of them. Off throw to. If I were the manager and the head coach and happy with how my catcher has performed in this second game of the doubleheader. Outside ball 3. And 4 pitch walk. Bases loaded again. Trip Capers. First pitch. Taken for a strike. 0-1. Called again. 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Capers strikes out. Second out here in this top of the 6th. Andrew Holub comes in with the bases loaded still. First toss. Hit in the air. Right field. Looking up for it is Hartman. Makes the catch. The side is retired. Another 2 runs come in on 2 hits and a sac fly. Bottom of the 6th. Jefferson 12, Post 4. Here on the CACC Digital Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Municipal Stadium. Doubleheader. A 7-inning game for Game 2. We're in the bottom of the 6th of a 12-4 ball game. Jefferson leads post 12-4, and Jefferson goes to the bullpen. They bring in a first-year, a freshman, in Seppo, Chase Seppo. First pitch misses. Bunt shown. They say he went, as he did. 1 ball, 1 strike, rather the count even. Seppo and Baez are both two-way players. Baez's line finishes as follows, as we'll tell you after this next pitch. Grounder to second, on a hop, throw to first. 1 down. Baez went for 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, only 2 of them earned on 4 hits with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Seppo, who is pitching right now, is doing so in just his 2nd appearance of the year. 2nd appearance of his collegiate career, too. Finds the inside corner there for strike 1. When it was the first pitch, first appearance rather, as that's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Seppo. Well, came 15 days ago. Part of a doubleheader against Felician. Gave up 2 unearned runs and 3 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts over 2 innings. Grounder right side, base hit. Oh, 1. Here's the count. Now the pitch. Down and in. Breaking ball misses high. 2-1. Two one. Kicking away from the catcher. Runner moves up on the wild pitch. That's a walk. 1st and 2nd now. Do have a switch up in the field. Ryder goes to second, Egner to first. One 0 count to Rhinestone. Called a strike. 1-1. It is Rhinestone at the plate. 1-1. Taken low. 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the 6th. It's a 7-inning second game of this doubleheader. Called strike. Rhinestone thought that was a ball. Now it's 2-2. Yank left side. Eats up the shortstop. Everyone's safe. Simple base hit. Loads the bases for Davey. Watches the first pitch miss for ball 1. One zero. 2-0. The entire sky now starting to go down to a darker shade of blue. Line drive, right center. Base hit for Davey. 1 run in, 2 runs in. 2-run knock. Ryan Davey, 12-6. Here's Dolan after the mound visit. Top of the lineup is exactly who you want up right now. If you are Post. First toss. Slider down and away. Great movement. Ball 1. One 0. Missing away. Ball 2. Two 0. Ball 3. Seppo's kind of lost the zone for the time being. Ball 4. Bases loaded. And now another mound visit. And it is for a pitching change. Jefferson brings in a new arm. We'll tell you about this new arm and who he is when we come back. You're watching the CACC Digital Network. New pitcher in for Jefferson, Trey Ekman, to take over with the bases loaded and one away in the bottom of the sixth. Jefferson leads post 12-6 in the first pitch, taken down and away for ball one. Ekman, the third pitcher used in this game for Jefferson. On the year, this is his fifth appearance, fourth out of the bullpen. 1-0. Bottom of the zone, called strike, 1-1. He has 5 strikeouts and a walk, 3 earned runs given up on 8 hits over 5 2/3 innings. 1-1 is up and out, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Going up empty that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reinstein at third. Davey at second. Dolan after the walk. Off of first. The 2-2. Low. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put the hitter at the plate. If you walk in a run. Here it comes. And he does walk in a run. 12-7. Third run of the frame. 4 posts. Here's Hartman. Bases loaded. Jefferson 12. Post 7. Bottom 6. 7-inning game. Second game of a doubleheader today. First toss. Low. Hartman kicks back. He spits at ball 1. This game 2 hours and 26 minutes in per my count. 1-0. Called strike at the bottom of the plate. 1-1. One pitch. Fouled off. 1-2. Check swing. Bat clanked off. Hartman back into the box in an open stance. Shin guard in black on his right leg. 1-2. Fouled off again. The sky a shade of Yukon blue right now. On 2 strikes. Here it comes. High in the air. You can see the ball in the middle infield. As did the shortstop Goldhall. Makes the catch. And here's Manny Contreras. Goldhill made the catch. 2 singles and the ground out to short. Bases are loaded. Watches the first pitch miss for ball 1 down low. Someone in the basement. Contreras now at the plate means that all 9 batters have come to the plate in this bottom of the 6th for post. 1-0. Breaking ball drops in there to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Down and away. 2-1. The 2-1. Hit out towards left center. Tiburcio makes the catch. Ends the bases loaded threat. But 3 runs come in on 3 hits. Bat around. To the 7th we go. 12-7. Jefferson over Post. CACC Digital Network. We have made it to the 7th inning of a 7-inning ball game. Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Jay Salisbury, rather. First at bat for Salisbury, who entered as a fielding replacement. 12-7 lead for Jefferson. First toss. Down and in ball 1. Because Salisbury hasn't had an at-bat today, we can talk about his season. Making his 12th appearance, 238 hitter. 7 RBI. Has one of the 2 triples all year, as time is called. It's Vincent Favada, the man who's now since been replaced in this game, who was the other. 1-0. Taken for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Called at the bottom of the plate, 1-2. Fouled off. The 1-2. Hit high in the air. Shallow left center. Coming in to make the catch. Center fielder in Diaz for the out. Here is Ryder, who replaced Coyne on the base paths. And also in the infield. Now to the plate. We could talk about Ryder's season. It's his first at bat of the day. First pitch, outside ball 1. Ryder making his 8th appearance of the year. Hitting .267, 4 for 15 overall with a double. 2 RBI. Swings and misses. Count now even a ball and a strike. That's called 1-2. The 1-2. Hits him on the helmet. Rider reaches. It's more protected than a glove, I will say. But he reaches on a hit by pitch. Here's Colin Wilson. Jefferson 12, Post 7, top 7 of a 7-inning game. Hit by pitch to the helmet, puts a runner on first with one. Wilson today has scored 3 times. 2 singles to left, a walk and a hit by pitch. He also moved up to second in the 4th on a balk. One of 2 balks against Post all day. 0-1. Outside. Ball and a strike. We are 2 minutes in, 36 minutes into this game. Per my count. 1-1. Taken. Throw to first, not in time. There also was called a ball. 2-1. We've done our own day shift here. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. In this game, 19 total runs, 20 total hits, 2 errors. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Wilson is sent down. Second out of the inning. That's the 8th strikeout by Post pitching today. Here's Julio. Check from Meta Gomez. 2 away, runner on first, top 7 of a 7-inning game. Harden still on the bump for Post. His pitch home. Taken for a strike. Nothing in 1-2 from Meta Gomez. 3 for 4. 3 RBI. 2 singles, a double. And a pop out to second. And now it looks like the home plate umpire is writing something into his notepad. Good to play on. Now the sky devoid of any real blue shade, depending on how you look at it. Lights on in full force. Under the lights now. 0-1. Foul back. 0-2. Diaz, DeFrancesco, and Keller due up in the bottom of the 7th for Post. Harden comes home. Fouled off. We have seen the moon tonight go from invisible to completely visible above us. Not quite a full moon. Near the end of its cycle, though. Forgot the exact phases of the moon. 0-2. Line foul. latter part of a waning gibbous as I continue to look up nearly directly towards the sky. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball kicks away from the catcher, Reinstein. Throw will be to first, and it goes into right field. First and third. And a strikeout, but no official out recorded. Here is Alexi Goldhill. Goldhill with runners on the corners. Jefferson 12, post 7. 2 away, top 7. First pitch, called a strike. Goldhill was trying to make sure he didn't get hit by that pitch. It has been a long day. Fly ball. Shallow right. Catcher's made. By Dolan. Bottom of the 7th we go. 12-7. Jefferson over post here on the CACC Digital Network. Leading off for the bottom of the 7th inning after batting around for post. It will be Diaz. Bottom 7, 7-inning game. Game 2 of a doubleheader, Jefferson and post. Jefferson leading 12-7 over post. Pitch home. Swing and a miss. 0-1, foul tipped into the mid rather. Diaz, DeFrancesco, and Keller, the last hope for post. The 0-1. Down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitcher is still Trey Ekman. Came on out of the bullpen. Inning to go. 1-1. Foul. Out of play, right side. The 1-2. Called strike 3. One away. Here's DeFrancesco. Singled, scored, got an RBI on a sac fly, and popped out to second. Jefferson 12, post 7. Eagles down to their final 2 outs. First pitch from Ekman, taken for a strike on the corner. 0-1. DeFrancesco, one of the many post players who's played both games of this doubleheader today, and he takes another strike on that corner, 0-2. This game, 2 hours and 46 minutes through right now. 0-2. Down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two. Called strike 3. Finding the inside corner. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Ekman, who's facing Keller. Hunter Keller. 2 away, bottom 7 of a 7-inning game. Second game of a doubleheader. Jefferson leading post 12-7. The Rams looking to sweep this entire weekend and this doubleheader. That one misses for ball 1. 2 walks. Fly out to center, and he's picked off on the base paths. Keller has been today in this second game of the doubleheader. 1-0. Fouled off. 1-1. Hours, 37 minutes. 1-1. Line drive. Right center. Drops. Base hit. Big turn at first, and he'll stay to a single. Ball will trickle over towards shortstop. Well, Keller gets a hit in the second game. Andrew Wrightstein singled and scored in that bat around 6th. Also a single to left and a swinging strikeout. "12-7, pitch to the backstop. Wild pitch, runner to second. It is 12-7, and for the scoreboard right now, if you look in left center, I don't think we'll show it, but it says 12-14. They're having some fun downstairs. Grounded up the middle. That's short. Goldhill to first. And this doubleheader has come to a close. Second game goes 2 hours and 48 minutes. The final score is Jefferson 12, Post 7. Jefferson sweeps the weekend and the Sunday doubleheader here at Municipal Stadium. For our entire crew, all day long, on the final Sunday, the month of March 2026, across the CACC Digital Network and the Post University Athletics YouTube stream. My name is Kyle DeSantis. Jefferson sweeps the Sunday doubleheader over Post. Have a great rest of your Sunday night.